when I see like post breakup glow up, like TikToks and everything, it's like revenge body, you know? And it's all about kind of making your ex feel like he's missing out on something, that like you could have had this, but you didn't. And I think that's like kind of a very toxic way to be dealing with your post breakup glow up. Simply because like you're trying to get over your ex. Isn't the point of like post breakup supposed to be spending time to work on yourself so we get over our ex? But if you're spending all this time to revenge body him or her, well, are you really over them? Or every single gym session you're going to, you're thinking about them? You know, every time you feel great about yourself, you want to post a story for them to see. Is that really like good behavior? Because I feel like that's just like keeping you kind of addicted and hooked onto your previous relationship. And the funny thing is, as well, is like, yes, sure, like, you know, he might look at a story or she might like look at a story and be like, wow, you know, my ex looks so great right now. But like, what's the point? It's like, yes, like you're showing him what, or her, I'm just gonna use him just to be simple. You're showing him like, you know, what he's missing out on, but like you weren't really looking like that when you're in a relationship. So it's like it took the breakup for you to look like this. So was he really missing out, or are you just kind of being petty about this whole thing and just wanting them to feel jealous or sad or kind of like they made a mistake? It's like, what is the point of this revenge body thing? Like, as powerful as it feels, I just feel like spending the next, you know, few months getting yourself together for your ex, just like, I don't know, it's just laughable. Tell me if I'm wrong, but it just feels like you're not moving on. So like, what is the point of the post breakup glow up? You know, after I broke up with my ex, I spent a lot of time, instead of focusing on like showing off the new life that I had, I actually did the complete opposite. I was like very careful what I put online. Even taking time off social media, because one, it's like if you're going through a breakup like that, and my breakup was like an 8-year relationship. So it was like a lot to process and like really go through. It's like, why be putting yourself on social media? I wasn't mentally ready to put myself on social media. So why do that? So I actually took some time off social media and all these platforms and just like really getting to know myself, because for me, the real glow up happens here, like inside, not like what your body looks like and whatever, which I'll get to. But it was really about finding who I was outside of the relationship, if you know what I mean. Because if you spend a lot of time with a person in a relationship, you kind of become more like a unit. Like, yes, people talk about like being individual people, but also you really are a unit. Like how they're thinking, what their values are going to affect you and will affect how you behave. For example, I dressed very, very differently in a relationship with my ex because he preferred things that were more cute and like adorable and almost like childish in a way. So I basically just did that. Not because, well, maybe I didn't have like a very good like center of gravity on what I wanted. Like I didn't really know what I wanted, so I kind of just adapted to what they wanted. And I think a lot of us do that unconsciously, subconsciously, because if you care about someone, how I think is like, I want to make them happy. And if dressing like this makes them happy and I also like it, I think it's cute, like I will just do it. That was very much the identity I had within that relationship. And when you end the relationship, it's like this new blank slate. It's like, okay, so who am I really? And who's this new me that I want to be while I'm not in this relationship? So I had to have some time to really like step back and like look at like, hey, okay, glow up wise, not even just like personally, but glow up wise is like, what's the kind of style I want to portray now? Now that I don't have anyone to impress and I don't have any pre-existing notions of like any habits or routines that we got into, like who am I now? And in a long-term relationship, you probably would have changed so much behind the scenes scenes of that relationship, but never got to experience your full potential because you were always tied to someone else's identity as well. So it's like, okay, now that's completely gone, who is this new identity? So I just like turned 37. I think I've definitely grown out of like the super childish, like hype beast, casual kind of vibe style that I had. Even though I like still love it and I probably still will wear stuff like that in like casual settings, I was like, now it's time to really embrace my maturity,